Absolutely. I think it is very, very relevant across, like I was talking about, the journey, right? So when you're starting to approach a prospect or a lead, you have the opportunity to reach out to this customer to present the right option and the proposal. And this should be a fitment, right? Where scale to reach out to so many of the customers in your prospect list with the approach of dynamically changing the product and dynamically changing what you're proposing to them with the right channel, because you may have a demography which is a whole spectrum of all the languages that you need to cater to, the kind of urban, rural populations that you need to cater to. So you need to be doing that in a very, very, I would say specific approach where, while the earlier method was that I would create specific segments, the segments aren't really segments. These are the cohorts which are dynamically shifting themselves. And within the cities or the demographies, there is a population which is behaving very differently. So what we need to look at is these sub-cohorts and the behavioral attributes, which are basically helping us derive our approach in a very effective manner. And there comes the channels, right? So what is the channel that I'm effectively responding to? So as a consumer, I may be very proactive on a WhatsApp, and I may not take the calls that I get. And you have these regulatory compliances today, right? Calling from a 1400 number, a transactional from a 1600 series number, and people are, disconnecting the calls right there. So the voice channel is not working there. So what do I do there? So I would need to effectively use other channels, and then there, the use cases would be across the journey. So I can say that I can use effective channels like AI, video. Now there, it is absolutely personalized and hyper-personalized for a particular customer. So what we're saying is, let's say if I'm approaching a customer to sell a policy, then I can be interacting with them as an individual, a human, talking to them in their name, talking to them in the approach of what we're proposing to them in a very, very personalized manner with all interactive approach where I have a video being sent to a customer where they can click upon something, yes, I'm interested, or let's say I would want to explore more or get a call back, or let's say pay my renewals or a lapse policy, can I explain them through an awareness campaign? So all these are various use cases across the spectrum. I may also develop AI models to define what would be my cross-sell upsell strategy across the spectrum of the customers that I have, where again I would be using these channels like talking PDF. For example, I can send out a proposal which is reading out itself to the customer. And the customer has the ability to choose the language, to choose any action buttons, go into the specifics of understanding the specific language, where I have a voiceover to explain and break it down into a very simple manner. And the customer can really understand it. So I don't need a human sitting there in front of them and explaining that to them. And it is at my time, at my pace, and I can be responding to these channels at any time. You have regulatory compliances, for example, right? I can only contact a customer from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., for example. Now, what do I do if the customer is only available after 7? And do they have the opportunity to reach out to me or to look at what I want to share with them and respond it at their ease and at their time through their preferred channel at the preferred time, right? So these channels become very, very effective. An automated way of handling all of this across the spectrum of the behaviors and use that to the advantage that we are effectively communicating with the customer. So I think the channels and both of the cohorts, the AI rule engines that you deploy are actually amalgamated into these strategies.